So we got the W. We won the damn show. Holy. Description down there is going to take you to a video that my wonderful athlete Sunny put together. I did not expect it to. This was a big surprise to me, but he put this together like literally hours after the show, and this is going to show you guys like what the whole stage process looked like and what happened there, right? But yeah, so it went as well as it could have when it comes to that. Nevertheless, this is a subjective sport, so at the end of the day, like when I get a first place, like I'm still kind of like, really, you know. I always try to steel man the other competitors as much as possible. And I'm not saying that to come off as like, oh, what a wonderful guy Bert is. It's just the truth of it, man. Like that's how you have to. If you're going to survive the sport and you're going to have the best relationship possible with the competitive side of things, you have to learn to do that. They literally could have brought us back out 4 hours later, and the placings could have looked totally different. So, with that said, yeah, wins don't make me nearly as happy as like me doing what I'm supposed to do, like when it comes to progressing as a bodybuilder. So that had been accomplished, I think, weeks before. The stage always kind of solidifies things. It's like, okay, yeah, my suspicion was right. But I'll tell you what the win did do. And that's the fact that I literally spent like 3 hours post show trying to get back to everyone who wanted to congratulate me on my victory, because it was overwhelming, but it was overwhelming in a good way. It's like, damn, there's a lot of people out there who want to see me do well. And more than anything, it's like, this was for you guys because you guys are so damn happy for me. I didn't know how to feel at the time, but that's what it comes back to. It's like, I am just happy that a lot of people were genuinely happy for me. That was, I guess, the best part of it. It's like, hey, the rest of this year in regards to placings can go, and it might. You never know with this sport. You never know at that level, which is a privilege on its own that I get to compete with some of these guys. So again, we got one. Don't expect it all the time. Do my best to bring the best package, but don't expect it all the time. And if at some point we get a much lower placing, I want you guys to understand that it's probably for like very damn good reasons. So it's probably a placing that I did deserve. But this one, I think what was the best part of it was just to see everyone so genuinely happy for me. And that feels amazing. That feels, because it's like people want to see you do well, man. Like that's like people talk about like, hey, when you put yourself out there, how there's haters and this and that. Like there's been far and few, and I think that hints that like I'm doing something right. That 3D Muscle Journey is doing something right, and that was, I think, the most thrilling part, was to see everyone excited. See, when I started getting into athletics, in my house, they didn't really understand like why. It's like it was a waste of time, especially for me. Look, as a kid, I was just bouncing off the wall. So it's like, really, we gonna give him something else when he's having a hard time keeping up with just like the school thing, right? So I would sign up for stuff on the down low. The one kid that didn't have parents there and stuff, I just wanted to do my thing. This is really what I wanted to do, and I did it behind my parents' back. And I didn't need the props. And I've always kind of felt that I don't need the props. However, it felt really good, I think, above anything else. Is like whatever, like, I guess this is too long. I pleased the judges enough to the point where it's like they got me that first place, but it was the tidal wave afterwards of everyone congratulating me and genuinely happy for me that like I always say, it's like, hey, first and foremost, if you're gonna do this, you are your harshest judge. Like, you are your harshest judge, right? You could win a show, but if you didn't look right, that's what you're going to like try to work on. And then it's the judges. And like now it's like I'm like torn because I made y'all happy. Like genuinely you guys were happy for me. And that is it's just overwhelming, man. Like it's like yeah, it's overwhelming. It like literally makes me want to do even better. Um Again, not as a people from a people pleaser perspective, but because we've done a lot of good things to get to this point, to have this honor, to feel like the people's champ, and I want to I want to do better, and not just as an athlete. You know how that goes. Anyhow, this was way too long. Video of how it went on show day down in the description, and yeah, next week we'll get it over. We'll go over the peak week, like what went right, what went wrong. A lot of shit went wrong, as you guys will find out. But just so happy, and in part because I have you guys, and it's been worth it to put all this stuff out because yeah, yeah, you guys appreciate it, and you appreciate what I do, what 3D Muscle Journey does, and we go keep going hard in the paint for y'all.